Hey there, music nerds. Welcome to your 2-minute vinyl review. We buy our music, so the vinyl part of things has to be right. If you want more vinyl-related reviews, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell up at the top. Ding will remind you every time there's a new video up. For those of you into the heavier indie type bands, especially here in Canada, Black Mountain have always kind of been a big deal. They made a splash immediately with their first record, which was rawer than most. In the Future, for me, was their pinnacle at that point for sure, and even albums going forward, because Bright Light is basically the most epic song ever. And they developed a consistency. Every record was good. Now Destroyer comes out, and I was curious, what's going to happen now? The first thing that caught me, I've had a chance to listen to the record, I figure, a dozen times. The first thing that caught me, first impressions were, whoa, this sounds pretty accessible. Now, you would think, accessible means, ooh, they lost the heavy, or ooh, they lost the spacey, stony sound. That's not what I mean at all. And I guess the comparison that I could make to that is Foo Fighters. When The Color and the Shape came out, I remember thinking that record was so heavy, but because Grohl came from post-Nirvana, it made it to the radio. And that seemed to me like music that was a lot heavier than what you'd normally hear. And it's because the hooks were there. The music was just so catchy. We may have another Loverboy here. First song, Future Shade. Very, very catchy. As a matter of fact, what it did is it caused me to create a new Spotify playlist. My main playlist on Spotify is the Barbecue Pool compilation. So that's stuff that I can imagine other people listening to and being kind of cool. There's a little bit of everything in it, and Black Mountain makes that one. But then I thought to myself, one of those driving kind Spotify lists where, you kind of just want to crunch that pedal, riff heavy stuff. And it's this Black Mountain album that caused me to do that. First song, Future Shade, definitely made the driving compilation. Secondly, where else were we? This song, High Rise, that's another really catchy one. That one made the barbecue list, and it made the driving list. And it also contains one of the best, catchiest song lyrics in recent memory. The loneliest cock in the sky. Yes, that is a lyric. And the thing is that you would think that it's just, no, man. There's hand claps involved. There's a really, really catchy beat. So it's like, dun, 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 the loneliest cock in the sky. And it's like, well, yeah, of course. I mean, that's a driving song right there. And then I started imagining just a bunch of people getting drunk in the pool while this is on, and it's like everybody hands up in the air, loneliest cock in the sky. And look, man, if you can manage to make a song about the loneliest cocks in the sky sound catchy, well, gosh darn it, you know that you're onto a really good record. So we move on. License to Drive is a single also, and I mean, the song just references cars. It's made to be listened to while driving, and if you can see the art here, you can see that it's kind of like a picture of a tape deck. So they're full on when it comes to this imagery and trying to capture that style. They do it to full effect, man. There's just that space vibe that the synthesizers gives you and the Mellotron. The female vocals just remind me of Jefferson Airplane, Grace Slick. So there's a little bit of that psychedelic Jefferson Airplane thing with some krautrock. I think what it is that I'm trying to say here is that this might be my favorite Black Mountain record. And, they have the potential of being bigger than Loverboy as the biggest band coming out of BC. And it's tough competition because Mike Reno could rock red leather pantsuits and white headbands better than anybody. So That's the 2-minute review. This is available on vinyl. You can see it right there on white. I think it's available on black too. Available on Bandcamp. Go support the band directly. Okay, so the comment section is where you guys have your say. Have you bought the album yet? Did you hear it yet? What are your thoughts about it? Are there any albums you'd like me to talk about? Take over the comment section. I'll be there to answer your questions. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button so that you get notifications. Sam, the Record Man, out. Boom, boom.